Right, hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Now, one of my last videos, I did a record collection video, which was just right after Christmas, and I said I'll do a CD collection video down the line too. So I'll be doing that today, and I have a fair few CDs to get through. Not every letter of the alphabet, unfortunately, but that'll happen one day. I'll expand. And then I've got a few like movie DVD concerts and then documentaries that I'll show you at the end. Alright, so getting into the A's, I think I said in my last video my favourite band is AC/DC. So I've got a fair few of those CDs, starting off with, I'll be honest, my favourite AC/DC album, Ball Breaker. Now this was released in 1996. I just love this album, sorry about the reflection there. Yeah, just love it. Very good album. Good photo of Angus there. Favorite song on the album is probably Hail Caesar. That is a really good song. Second one is the Live Collector's Edition. So this is like all the songs on it, the 2 CDs. Yeah, really good live album. I think I prefer live albums to studio albums just because you do get all the songs plus like the feel of it being live and stuff. And my favorite song they play on this one is probably Sin City. Next up from that same year, The Razor's Edge. Really good album. The Thunderstruck on the album is the most used song in any movie, or the most expensive song in any movie. I'll say that's my fact from this album that I know. My favourite song is probably Thunderstruck or Money Talks or Are You Ready? And then probably my second favourite AC/DC album is Powerage. A very good album, this one. This is my favourite one of Bon Scott. Yeah. There's the inside. There we are. Good photo of Bon there. I love the album cover. I love the feel of this album, how like the songs on it just match the album. It just feels like that for me. Favorite song on the album is probably Riff Raff. That's a very good song. Another Bon Scott album up next is Dirty Deeds Done That Cheap, their second album. There's the back. You've probably seen these covers a million times. I'm just trying to keep talking here. There's a photo of Angus, and that's a nice CD there, different from the album cover. My favourite song on this is probably Rocker or Ride On. Those are 2 very good songs, but Problem Child is also a really good song. These albums are like, all AC/DC albums are pretty spectacular. This next one, Black Ice. This isn't a jewel case, this is just a soft case like these. My favourite song on the album is probably Rock and Roll Train. A song I wish they played live when I saw them, but they didn't, unfortunately. But that is A-OK. Next one is from that era as well, Live at River Plate. Another awesome live album. Unfortunately, you can't really play along to it, or you can play along to it in standard tuning. Not in standard tuning, on guitar, because they play an E flat. They play it lower for Brian's voice, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Next one is Jailbreak, is AC/DC Live, not the collector's edition, so it's just 1 disc. There's a picture of the Whole Lot of Rosie blow up and the disc. Sin City isn't on this one, so I'll probably take Whole Lot of Rosie on there, to be honest. Next one, we have 74 Jailbreak, which is the earliest stuff, I believe. Photo of Angus and Bon. And my favourite song is probably Jailbreak. Jailbreak's a really good song. And our last AC/DC album for now is High Voltage. the first album they came out with, and another very good album. I know I'm just going to be saying all of these albums are good because they are, that's why they're in my collection. There's the inside, all the different album covers for this one album in different countries, mainly the Australia releases and stuff there. My favourite song on the album is probably High Voltage. Moving on to B, we have this 1 Week by Barenaked Ladies single CD. It's got 5 tracks on it, but my favourite song is probably 1 Week because that's a very good song. There's the inside of it. Yeah, I found 1 Week in a movie and then found out my parents had these CDs. So the next one is Stunt by Barenaked Ladies. The album, of which 1 Week is on. Some other good tracks on it are Alcohol and Told You So. There's the inside. Next one is a compilation album, and it's from 2003. It's the Big Day Out 2003 one. There's the back. Can't really see the track list, but this was one of the first, not one of the first Big Day Outs, but one of the biggest one of the bigger Big Day Out festivals they had. So that's the disc, and they had many big artists on that one. Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, all that stuff. Next one, we're staying with the B's, and we've got the Blink-182. There's the back. Favorite song is probably All the Small Things. Like, that's just the way to go for that one. But yeah, Blink-182. Next one is this one, and it's the Cold Chisel. I'm not sure, maybe it's called Peace and Plenty, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm missing 2 of the CDs, which is sort of a bummer, but yeah. And then skipping D, we go to E with Eminem, Curtain Call. I think everyone's had an Eminem phase, really. This was me in 2019. All I was into was Eminem. Favorite song on this is probably The Real Slim Shady or Stan. But yeah. And then we got Eric Clapton Unplugged. There's the back. Good photo of Clapton there. Inside that same photo. Favorite song on the album is probably Tears in Heaven. Like, the way he played it on this, very good, very nice. And then next we have Fatboy Slim, You've Come a Long Way, Baby. Probably my favorite DJ. He's probably the world's most famous DJ from the 90s. But yeah, Fatboy Slim, great artist. And the Rockefeller Skank, or Soul Surfing, or You're Not From Brighton are my favorite tracks. Very good album, I've listened to a few times. Treats me well. And then we've got Foo Fighters Greatest Hits. Always got to own a Foo Fighters record or CD. Like I showed you in my record collection, I've got 2 of the same ones. So yeah, Greatest Hits. Anyone's got to have a Greatest Hits album. It's Greatest Hits for a reason. My favourite song is probably All My Life or Learn to Fly. Talking about Learn to Fly, we've got There's Nothing Left to Lose. Good photo of Dave there. Dave on the back of his cage. Opens like that. Favorite song on the album is probably Learn to Fly. Is that open? That opens as well. Learn to Fly is probably my favorite song on this album. And then we've got one of the newest ones, Concrete and Gold. There's the back. Favorite song is probably Sky is a Neighborhood or Run. There's that. Then we got another compilation album. There's the Family Values Tour from 1998. A few good bands on here like Korn, Limp Bizkit, but then there was also like Ice Cube, stuff like that. Rammstein was on here. There's the inside. Alright, and moving on to the G's now. We've got this album I was a big fan of around 2021, 2022. Still listen to it occasionally. It's a punk album. I think I ordered this like 3-4 months before it came. It was crazy. But the Germs, MIA. This is a really good album. It's got 30 tracks on it. I think I ordered it from Germany. Yeah. Favorite song is probably Lexicon Devil or Communist Eyes or Media Blitz. Good album, that one. And then we've got Garbage. Now this was in my parents' collection, but I stole it off them. I haven't actually listened to the song yet, but I know that the drummer there is Butch Vig, one of the most famous producers of all time. That's why, no CD. Oh well. And then moving still onto G, we've got Green Day, American Idiot. Very good album. I had a Green Day phase, so I just couldn't stop listening to them. That's actually how I met my best mate, was Green Day. He told me about Longview. So, favorite song on this is probably Jesus of Suburbia. Yeah. Staying with Green Day, we've got Father of All, now everyone's least favorite Green Day album, from 2019, I believe. There we are, there's the inside, there's the back. Now, my favorite song on the album is probably Graffitier or Fly Ready Aim. But that album's not to write home about, but this album is dookie. And you know this is original since it's got the puppet on it, which is very nice. I'll be honest, I only just realised that, so that's a bit of a collector's item, except the CD barely works. 2 songs on it work, which is a big bummer. I know She works and another one, but I'm not sure. But you can always just get another CD and keep the case. Favorite song on the album, probably Sassafras Roots or When I Come Around, or Burnout. Burnout's a really good song. Next one is one of my favorite albums. Because I'm a bass player, my favorite bass player is Robert Trujillo. You always got to have a bit of Infectious Grooves. They're a great band. This is the limited edition one. There's that. There's the back. My favourite song on it is probably Turtle Wax. The cover of Immigrant Song they do is pretty cool. And yeah, Slow Motion Slam is also good. Or Three-Headed Mind Pollution. They're all really good songs. Next one is one of the greatest guitarists of all time, if not the greatest, Jimi Hendrix. I showed you this. I've got the record for this one as well. There's a CD, nice purple and green there, nice photo of Jimmy there. There's the back. Favourite song is probably Purple Haze or Hey Joe. The Wind Cries Mary is also good. Next one, going off the albums we've had so far, you wouldn't expect this, but the Jonas Brothers, Happiness Begins. Can't really go past it. Like, it's a good album when it came out, still a good album. I remember watching Rage on a Saturday morning and Only Human came on, and I loved it ever since I heard it for the first time. Next one, another one I found in my parents' collection. With no CD unfortunately, so I haven't been able to listen to it, is Jamiroquai Dynamite. Now I haven't listened to Jamiroquai personally, but I've heard good things about them, like my music teacher and stuff. Next one is Kings of Leon, another missing CD. There's that one. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know any of the songs on this one, so yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, no CD. Alright, moving on to M. I'll do this one here. This is the newest CD I've got in my collection, and a really special one, because we know that Metallica like releasing their shows on CD, so I managed to get myself the Sydney show, which is pretty cool. There's the back. They don't put a lot of effort into it. Like, I mean, the CD's in there. You can tell they're happy, like, enough, because they do it. And I think it's cool, like, very cool how they do it. They just, like, they get a sticker of the show, and then it, like, that's all one sticker wrapped around. They just put on a black case and just make it unique. Next one is another live. Favorite song on this is Cyanide. They pulled out Cyanide and I was going crazy. Next one is the Through the Never soundtrack to the motion picture. There's the inside. Another live album I like listening to. Favorite song on the album, they played Cyanide on this as well, which is nice. Probably hit the lights. Next one is also Metallica. We got Garage Inc. Nice cover there with Jason Newsted and everyone. There's the back. And then there's the inside. A cool photo there with the band. 2 discs. Favorite song is probably Whiskey in the Jar. Crash Course in Brain Surgery. And next one is another Metallica one. The last one for today is the 598 EP. This one came with that poster you see in the back there. It's just like a little Metallica poster of the 4. There's the inside, CDs there, in a case. Favorite song on the album is probably just Crash Course in Brain Surgery or Last Caress. And then moving on to N, we got NWA's Greatest Hits, because you guys know from that record video I'm a good fan of NWA. I've got a poster of Straight Outta Compton, I got the record, yeah, and now I got the Greatest Hits CD. Favorite song is probably just Straight Outta Compton or Gangsta Gangsta. Yeah. Maybe staying with N, we've got the Nirvana Sliver Best of the Box CD. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just having a moment there looking at it. There's the inside of it. Good photo. Favorite song is probably, I don't really know. The live version of Floyd the Barber on this is actually really good. And then next up, you've got more Metallica. No, not jeez, more Nirvana with Bleach. Very punky album, this one. Very like how they started out. That's Kurt Cobain on the drums. Yeah, favorite song is probably Mr. Moustache or Blue. Both really good songs. Another Nirvana album is the Nevermind 30th Anniversary Edition. I wasn't able to get the box set, but I got this. There's the inside. Favorite song on the album is probably In Bloom or Lounge Act. And then we've got our last Nirvana one, which is a greatest hits CD called Nirvana. Yeah, very good. Favorite song on this one is again, oh no, it's actually All Apologies. That's probably my favorite one off In Utero, and that is on this. Then we go to O with The Offspring, Americana. And an album I listened to for the first time the other week, actually. And I really enjoy it. My favorite song is probably Americana or Pretty Fly for a White Guy. But yeah, a really good album. Moving on to P. One of my favorite CDs I got, one of the first CDs I got, was They Can't All Be Zingers by Primus, or the singles. I find this one really cool, how it's got like the back of like a chip packet or something as like the track list and the members, and then you go out of it, it's just cheese. It's all just cheese, because we're sailing the seas of cheese, really, aren't we? Favorite song is probably John the Fisherman or Mr. Crinkle, Cherry Was a Race Car Driver, all of those ones. Staying with P, we've got The Presidents of the United States of America on CD. You know I love this band, how I got it on vinyl too. Songs off it, my favourites probably Back Porch, Boll Weevil, June Buggy. There we are. Now Q, we've got 3, which are all together really. So we've got Queen's Greatest Hits. Yep. The Greatest Hits 2. So this is all the Greatest Hits box set. But when I was opening it, I wasn't careful enough and I ripped the box. But these are all together. Favorite song off each, probably Killer Queen, Radio Gaga, or Hammer to Fall on the second one, and on the third one is probably Somebody to Love with George Michael. And then on to R, we've got a bit of a mistake. There we are. Should have done that earlier, but 2 Rage Against the Machine albums here. So we got the first one, self-titled, very good. Big fan of Rage Against the Machine. There's that. I really want to get the vinyl of this. Annoyed that I haven't yet. Favorite song is probably Bomb Track or Know Your Enemy. And then we've got the Renegades album, which I believe are all covers, but I'm not too sure. There's the inside. Favorite song is probably Pistol Grip Pump or Renegades of Funk, really. or kick out the jams. The live version on the album. And then we've got 3 more R albums, starting with Californication, Red Hot Chili Peppers, this one. Another really good album. There's the inside. This is 2 CDs, I believe. Yep. Favorite song on the album is probably Around the World or Get on Top. Then we've got Blood Sugar Sex Magik. Another great Chili Peppers album. There's the back. Favorite song is probably Sir Psycho Sexy. That's nearly come out. That's unfortunate. But yeah, when I saw them play it live, in January 23, they played Sir Psycho Sexy. So that was pretty cool. And the last Chili Peppers album is Stadium Arcadium. A long album this one is. 28 songs altogether. There's the inside of it. Favorite song is probably Danny California or Snow. I have a story about Danny California. When I was about 10 years old, I set up my little CD player. I put this in. I put Danny California on and filmed on my iPad to sign up for The Voice, and that did not go through, so not very happy, but oh well. Last few albums we have here. First one is Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Always got to have this in the collection. Wishing to upgrade it to vinyl. This green really just looks like a bootleg. It might be, it might not be, I'm not too sure. My favourite song on it is probably Bodies or Pretty Vacant, because my band plays Pretty Vacant and it's a very good song. Next one is another one of my favourites, Texas Flood by Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. I got this around year 6. And it's, yeah, another really good album. There it is. Favorite song is probably Rude Mood or Pride and Joy. Yeah. And then we've got Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather. My favorite song is probably Scuttle Button. And I'll tell you this for free. I think I prefer Stevie over Hendrix because, don't get me wrong, Hendrix is probably like better with like soloing and stuff, but I think Stevie Ray Vaughan is a better writer. So my favourite songs are probably Scuttle Button or Couldn't Stand the Weather. Yeah, I think Stevie is a better writer, but sometimes I'll change. This one I haven't listened to yet, and it's The Strokes. It's another no CD, which is unfortunate there. I can open it. There's the inside, says thank you. And then our last CD is another Various Art, another compilation one, and it's Woodstock 99. There's the back. Yep, I'm unfortunately missing the second CD, and that first one has almost gone through. There it is. Some of these are old CDs. So I like how Korn do Blind, because they always open with it and it's very good. Or Red Hot Chili Peppers Fire. Now that's all of the CDs I have. I wasn't going to do this, but I also burnt CDs on my dad's laptop, which had a CD player into it. So, here are some CDs I made. This is my dad's band called Sock. They have some like not great recordings, so I just put them on a CD for fun. I wrote my own compilation CD called Jarrah Power in Having a Great Time. I didn't really have, like, I wasn't really great at playing music then, so really crappily wrote a song and recorded it, and it's on there, and I have not listened to it in like 4 years, and I don't plan on it. And then the next two, I've got the record, but the Owen Guns, that's a live one, and then there's the back. I sort of like made a back for it. It's really poorly glued on and stuff. Like I wrote the track list and got photos of them. Yeah. But then moving on to my DVD concerts. This isn't in alphabetical order. I just got it out. So the first one is Nirvana MTV Unplugged. I think I watched this a few times on the telly. Yeah, my favourite song, I like how to do it On a Plane. They did that pretty well. Or Lake of Fire. And we've got the Kurt Cobain Montage of Death. The documentary on Kurt Cobain. Inside's not really that great. It's just like that standard DVD inside. Then we got the Foo Fighters Everywhere But Home from the 2002-2003 World Tour. I've seen this once or twice. I like how they play Breakout in Toronto. Yeah. And then we have another Foo Fighters, which is live at Wembley Stadium. Another good one. Love myself a bit of Foo Fighters. All My Life on this is good. And then they play like some Led Zeppelin songs, which is a bit of a treat. Story about this one is that Chris Shiflett, the lead guitarist, spilled chili in his eye right before the concert, so he couldn't see out of that eye. Next one is AC/DC No Bull from 1996. I really like this concert. This is probably my go-to one to watch, and if I could travel in time and go to any AC/DC tour, it would be 1996, the Ball Breaker tour, because I just feel like they're so, like, you could say this with most AC/DC tours, but they're just so energized, like Brian and Angus, and then they play all the songs I like on this one, so you can't go wrong. My favorite one is probably Boogeyman or Dog Eat Dog. And then we've got the Plug Me In box set, which is the one with Bon and or Brian. So it's a 2 DVD. There's Angus, there's the title, there's Brian and Bon, and then we got Malcolm and Cliff. And then we got 2 things there. I'll give you a favourite one of both of them. I'd say Rock and Roll Damnation at the Apollo Amphitheatre in 1978 for Bon. And then let's go Ride On at Stadium France in Paris in 2001, or Stiff Upper Lip, or If You Want Blood at Circus Crane, and If You Want Blood's at Downsville Park, Toronto in 2003. I've watched that a lot. Oh, well, we've got one here of the Foo Fighters I missed, and that's the Back and Forth documentary. If there was a music documentary I would beg you to watch, it would either be this one or the Parkway Drive one at Wacken. But yeah, I love this. Like, I've watched it about 10-15 times. It's really good. And then our last one, going back to AC/DC, is Backtracks one. Now, I have looked online everywhere for that mini amp they came out with for the box set, but that's way too expensive. There's the back, and inside it's got the 2 CDs there, and then a booklet, and then the one's DVD. Then that's the Family Jewels DVD. So the first CD is Studio Rarities, the other one is the Live Rarities, and then the Family Jewels. One from each would probably be Big Gun or Fling Fling. That's 2, so I'd probably choose Big Gun. CD 2, I'd probably choose You Took Me All Night Long from 1983. And then Family Jewels, I do like the Hail Caesar video. I think that's pretty funny. Alright, so I believe that is all the CDs. I've got a Metallica Live Shit Binge and Purge box set up there, but I am unable to get that down for now. I showed you in the records video that I've got the Metallica box set, which is pretty cool. That's got CDs and DVDs in it. And yeah, that's everything really. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for any more reaction videos. I'm trying to find a good software to use now that the last one quit on me, which is really unfortunate. So if there's anyone that knows any softwares, I would like you to comment below. That'd be really cool. I was planning on making some tutorial videos, bass or guitar. That might happen still. I'll see what happens. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a great day.